Happy Easter, or as my Polish family would say, Wesołego Alleluja. Today I'd like to share a very special Polish tradition with you. It is called the butter lamb. Imagine taking 2 sticks of butter and turning it into a wonderful little lamb to grace your Easter table. How, you say? I can't do it, you say, because I don't have any skill. Yes, you do. If I can do it, you can do it. Just watch. I wanted to show you how easy it is. You start with 1 stick of butter on a lovely plate. You're not going to want to move this after you've gotten it made. You take the 2nd stick of butter and cut it just about in half, like that, and attach to the top with a toothpick, like that. See the lamb yet? Maybe not. Hang on, it's coming. The next thing we do is we start to shape the head, and we do this by cutting the ears for the lamb. We cut little triangular pieces, 1 off of each side of the stick of butter. Hang in there, these are going to be ears, believe me when I tell you. A 2nd toothpick secures the ear to the head. We have to push it on through to the other side. There we go. Kind of shape the butter around it. And then slide on. Whoops, looks like we need another toothpick on the other side. Again, we'll put the toothpick in first and then slide the ear onto it. Now don't worry if this seems to be out of shape to you, because we're going to fix it up so that it looks, look at that. Now are we starting to see a lamb? Yes, we are. We're next going to start to shape the lamb's face by cutting down a little bit to start to shape the snout. And then underneath that, we are carving the neck. Very simple. Look, if I can do this, you can do this. We're going to come down and make a little chin. Just cutting in a little more. You have to move really, really quickly when you're doing this, because, as you know, the butter's melting, and the hotter your home is, the quicker the butter's going to melt. So I try to keep things kind of cool. Okay, and then we're going to come under and make the underneath of the chin. There we go. So we've just done a little bit of carving here, rounding off the top. We then need some cloves. You know, these kinds, the whole cloves. You're going to pick 2 tiny ones and 2 larger ones. The larger ones are going to make the lamb's eyes. So you just secure them in there. Ow. You see your little lammy pies coming along? And then the little ones are going to make the nostrils. So they go in at the base of the nose. And I kind of push them way in there. So we see our little lamb. Look at that. Starting to shape up. Now, what do lambs have that this poor baby doesn't have yet? That would be right. It has wool. The next thing you need is to have any kind of shredder. This is mine. It's a little triangular one. And I picked the smaller hole. There's a larger hole and a smaller hole. I picked the smaller hole because it really curls up the butter and makes it into wool. Let me show you how that wool comes up. I'm going to just shave it here a little bit. And I'm going to show you inside here. Oh, look at this. We have wool. I want to take this wool. Again, you want to keep the butter a little cooler so that it will come out as curly as possible. And I'm going to take this and put it right on to our little lamb. See this? We're getting our Baba black sheep. Have you any wool? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Except it's butter sheep. Now, I took this butter and I shredded it earlier so you wouldn't have to watch me do the whole thing. And I'm just going to apply this curly butter each ear. There it is. Isn't that adorable? And of course we're going to do it all the way around the front because our wool is just so abundant on our little Easter lamb. One of the reasons traditions are so important is because it tells a story. This is called the Paschal Lamb, representing what Jesus was called. First of all, it's a Paschal Lamb from the Hebrew Seder, the lamb that was offered up without blemish so that the Israelites could leave. I'm going to move this nose up a little bit. I think my nose is down too low. It's another thing. The butter is very forgiving. If you don't like the way it came out, just move things around a little bit. You may have to put it back in the fridge to chill up. I don't have to do that here. But anyway, as you're making the lamb, you can explain to your children or grandchildren or whatever what the meaning is, that it's about overcoming, that Easter is about overcoming, and that Jesus was willing to make himself lower, like a little lamb, obedient, so that we can see the wonderful things that we can do in our lives. Well, I think I've got to put a little bit of more butter here on his behind. There we go. And whenever you make anything, you want to make sure to clean up the plate. That's what they call a good presentation. So we're just going to go around the plate and take off the excess butter. Now tell me, is that not the cutest? Wouldn't you love to put one of those on your holiday table? You can, just like I showed you. If I can do it, you can do it. There's nothing to it. One last piece, another part of the tradition, which some people like and some people don't, is the cross. I made this cross from 2 bamboo skewers and a piece of bread wrapper tie, and it's generally tucked in like this, as if it were between the front little paws, to remind us that through the cross, through being willing to surrender to whatever we have to face in life, whatever cross we bear, we are victorious and can overcome it. So here's something you can make. You can make it by yourself. You can make it with the kids. It'll decorate your table, and it'll teach a great lesson at the same time. I hope your Easter celebration is going to be wonderful and fun-filled, but not just fun-filled, also filled with meaning. God bless you, and West Owego, alleluia.